Thank you, Mr. President. We speak about human rights in this place in Europe and countries around Europe on many occasions. I want to take you in my time just a little bit further away to Burma, Myanmar. It's a country where my father was born. I'm half Burmese myself, so I take a particular interest in the country. You may be aware that there's been a crackdown. There's been reports from Burma in northern Shan and Kachin states of a crackdown by the military, in particular with use of airstrikes and heavy artillery. Yanghee Lee, the UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights in Myanmar, was on a 12-day monitoring visit there recently, but she was denied access to the conflict-affected areas of Shan State, which is of concern when we can't have people going in to see exactly what is happening. But you may be more familiar with the plight of the Rohingya community in Rakhine State on the border with Bangladesh. There's been a crackdown again since 9th of October 2016, where there's reports of summary executions, torture and mass rape, as well as the destruction of more than 1,500 homes. According to Burma Human Rights Network, security forces chained civilians down inside homes before burning them down during the weekend of the 12th of November 2016. Now, it's difficult to ascertain the real facts, with some false propaganda clouding the issue. So we absolutely must have access for journalists, independent observers, to discover the truth. And of course, we must have access to the displacement camps for humanitarian assistance. Now, there's a current investigation into what's happening in Rakhine State with the Rohingya people, but unfortunately it's headed by a former army general, and its members include the chief of police there. And the interim findings, are finding that things have gone on within the law. So a number of people have been calling for independent investigation into what's been happening. And I hope that you will be able to go back to your member states, your countries, and join that call as well. Of course, there's been a difficult transition in Burma. Aung San Suu Kyi has an incredibly difficult task to do, and you cannot solve the issues of that country overnight. We must give Aung San Suu Kyi and her new government time and breathing space to work on this. But as friends, we must speak out and help so that people do not die or suffer simply because of their faith. So I ask you to please speak out, to keep the awareness of this situation high in the public's minds. I ask you to go back to your governments and to speak out as well, to see what more they can do to keep speaking and putting pressure on Myanmar, on the new government, to end this human rights atrocity.